Hello, everyone. Am I close enough? I've been trying to adjust this, and it's getting closer and closer and closer. Get a little closer. Just going to back this up a little bit. It's nearly at the end of the table. I don't get tired of the trolls or weird energy glitches and shit that happens all the time. That's life. We have to deal with it. That's life, and we have to deal with it. How is everyone doing? We're going to jump into the video right away. But after a couple of minutes talking to everyone, it won't be too long. Don't you worry. Hey, Aliaus, you might, depending on what you're doing, of course, you always jump in with us, with me on the weekends sometimes. Little heads up, if ever Sunday you got a couple of minutes to come on and talk about the new UFO news, it would be cool. Hello, everyone. Motley MS Sport, way. Thanks, you guys and gals. Hey, I'm up to date. I'm all the way down. Yay, space stuff. My friend Richard from Astor, Florida, in the house. Probably has the same crazy weather as me. Everyone's getting crazy weather. Yeah, it's a hell of a Zoom. Honestly, Aliausla, it's even closer than they show Tucker Carlson. I wanted to post. If you go into live on my channel, you got to try this, guys. You'll laugh. Go into live and look at the last 6 videos. The last video, my head's this big, and you go back 5, 6 videos, and the head is like Beetlejuice. A lot smaller. Thanks for coming in, everyone. Just take a couple minutes to say hello. We will jump into the video, and we'll talk afterwards. Lots from our representative, Congressman Tim Burchett, that has quite a few things to say. Casa Nostra, hey, thank you very much. Karen, thanks for coming in, you guys. Yes, Friday, the cool kids always at the same cool place. Keith Oliver, keep up the awesome research that you do. Thank you very much, man. Peace, respect, man. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. With the amazing people like you all that come here, you could be sure. Yeah, there were lots of glitches, having lots of problems again online. Of course, there's another storm on the way. Imagine. But it might blow off to the side, hopefully. Michael Hlasky, thank you. Thanks, you guys, for coming in. Daz, thanks for coming in. Annie Gaddis, how are you? Like and share, everyone. Thank you so much for that. Star Hunter is in the house. Leah's in the house. And if Lisa Eckerly is listening, well, we have a problem, Lisa. You have no more comments on my channel. I've been trying to find comments. Oh my gosh, what is happening with my eyes? Is there a reptilian thing going on or something? Brr. Yeah, seriously, Lisa Eckerly, there is no comment of yours because I wanted to fix the little problem that you had. So no worries, just leave me a comment, like as you always do. But I went back to the areas where I replied to your comments, and I can't see you. Just another little glitch. Mister, His Highness is in the house. Hello back, brother. Nice to see you. Thank you very much. There she is. So yeah, Lisa, leave us. I keep saying us like it's me and an alien that I live with. Actually, leave me a comment. And my eyes are bugging. It's bugging me. It's bugging the hell out of me. Anywhere in the community, last video, I'll check the comments later, and that way be able to fix the problem. Miss Lisa Eckerly. Psychic LJ, hello back. Sweetness, thank you very much for coming by. As always, and thanks for those of you that take the time to come back. I think it's really cool. We're going to enjoy the video. I'm keeping up to date this time. 8:21. I'm going right along. Hey, I'm right up to date. There's Christopher Rollins in the house. No, he disappeared. Hold on. No, okay. 19. Looking at the time. Happy hour on the West Coast. Right on. Right on. It was pizza time for someone. The last stream here. Got pizza in my head. Hello, Mr. Christopher Rollins. Space stuff. Hey, y'all. Hey, man. Thanks again, eh? Adam Magnato in the house. Looking forward to the video. We'll jump right into it, my friend. Promise. Very interesting, too. There's a little problem. Somebody is starting channels and replying to you, emailing some of you, someone that's impersonating me. So be very careful because, a troll can be very kind sometimes. And the ones that are supporting the channel, like all of you that keep coming back, it creates some jealousy sometimes. And you all know there's lots of jealousy on YouTube. That's something that's very common that we all have to deal with. Psychic LJ, I'm telling you, I feel at the briefing there is definitely going to be some things that we are told that we have never ever heard before. Lots of people in news media are saying, "No, David Grush, we already heard from him. What is he going to bring to the table? He's not going to talk again." Well, yes, he is. He is actually going to talk again. He is going to talk again. Geez, it looks like I have two little blue horns, eh? Have to fix that. Little devil laugh too. It's like Bruce. Darla is in the house. Thanks for welcoming everyone, Darla. Thanks, you guys. Yeah, so we're ready for the video. That's awesome. Big Down Was Up is in the house. Hello, brother. I try to catch you live, but I work. Thanks. I appreciate it, man. A lot. I've been trying to share your videos. Greatly appreciated. Thank you very much with as many as possible. You do great work. Thanks. I appreciate that. Thanks for what you do. It is eye-opening and all should see it. You're absolutely right about that. And it's not about, that's one thing, and some of you know it. I keep repeating myself. Thanks again. Big Dog. Oh, I love the name. Big Dog, what's up? I love it. And seriously, guys, thanks for the inspiration, the support. But that's how it is. It's a competition on YouTube. Even with, I'll go as high up as even John Lear, whom I had the chance to meet and talk to personally. These people are so vibed into being the ones that people go see and ask questions about, right? And sometimes some people, not that they want to be heroes, but sometimes they, and no disrespect to John Lear, but they feel that they have to answer certain things, or they have to give people certain answers. I'm not going there. Like, what I know is a lot, but there's also a lot I don't know, right? Because I'm not a genius, right? I could make mistakes too with my theories, but what I can prove and confirm is that there are beings on the moon. We don't know if they live there, don't know if they're working there, but there's a lot of moon videos coming up. I watched about 28 minutes of that video. Interesting. Some things that we all know, of course, and always some extra little things that come out, which is always cool, because obviously, literally, guys, like, the moon landing did not happen, and they don't even have the technology to be able to go to the moon. Of all things, they don't even have the technology to be able to travel to the moon. It was lost. How can you lose the technology to travel to the moon? Artemis 1, I forgot to say that before because I was all excited with the weather. They went to the base center of the solar system, which is the center of the sun, and they did some experiments during Artemis 1. They sent out also crew members, dummies, right? Anyways, I could say a lot about that, but I'm not going to repeat anything. So, dummies, right? Like crash test dummies, but with sensors on them to test radiation, to monitor radiation, and also to test the vibration. Because let's just say that they never went and they didn't. And let's say that they're trying to test to see if they would be able to go, right? It was a hell of a thing to try to do, to be able to go to the moon and to prove it. But why? I don't know. It's pretty sad when you think that it was just because of a space race, that they wanted to be better than Russia. Russia, Sputnik 1, right? First of all, they took thousands of images of the dark side of the moon, went around, right? Sputnik 1, as a matter of fact, is still going, right? It's still ongoing. Boom, 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 boom. could hear the sound. Everyone was hyped up about that. Then the state said, well, we're going to the moon. The astronaut suits, the underneath of the astronaut suits, the soles are not even the same as the footprints that landed on the moon. That's a little crazy. So, to prove that someone's on the moon, I have a clip that you've all seen. Some of you have seen it many times. Been a couple of years now, as I always gather new information, but I'm not going to throw away the old. And right now is the best time to show it because it's proving that someone is on the moon and like now, and we can see setups, industries, mining for sure, because those blurry patches that we see, it's some kind of smoking dirt or literally gravel pit. And I'll prove it. I'll show you exactly what I mean. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you an image and then I'm just going to convert it. And I'm just going to add a simple color filter. And you're going to say, wait a minute, how the hell can I not see it without the filter? There's no manipulation, but the eye is not looking for buildings when you're looking at a surface where all the structures have the same reflectivity as the surface. So here we see roofs, we can see the color, right? Of the trees and, roads, the tar, black asphalt, sorry. But when you go up in a plane, only 2,000 to 4,000 feet, already you lose all the roads and you can't see the parks anymore because they become dimes and like you're just sort of lost. So you can imagine trying to view the surface of the moon to see objects very well. There are things that we have to deal with when you're looking at the surface of the moon. Libration, right? These are just the interesting things I looked up because my research forced me to look that up. Libration shows us objects that are lying down as compared to objects that are standing up. Why? So they say, is because I'm on Earth and I'm filming another celestial moving object, which is rotating counterclockwise, by the way, which is stupid. But anyways, the moon, again, in the video that Elias in his community, Elias Valhalla, that's here, 48 minute or 50 some minute video. Anyways, in that video too, there was lots of good information about the moon in scriptures, also ancient scriptures. It's been around forever. They say the moon is older than Earth, and of course, rang like a bell, right? We all know that it rang like a bell. It was hit twice, and 2 kilometers range around this moon was shaking. So, theories, people are saying, is it hollow, right? Please save the bees. Love the name. Thank you very much. Thanks for being here. Rose Cullum is in the house. Thanks, Leah. Yes, we're going to jump in that video, you guys. We're going to have some fun. Big Dog, what's up? I love the name. Yes, and somebody in the community told me also to check it out, and I can't reach channel. See, right now I can't reach channel, Laura. There's no actually, you know what? Yeah, there's nothing. I couldn't even really odd. But yes, I heard somebody told me in the community that she made a video that she was inspired, and I think a mention of me or something like that. I will try to go and see it for sure. Fortunately, I can't click from here, which is not normal, but hey, I'm like a person without a wrench, apparently. I don't have the functions. Thank you very much, sir. Hey, right on, Moscow. Thank you very much. Do I remember? I lose a Russian really fast, my friend, but it's a language I wanted to test a couple of times to be able to speak, but you'll have to teach me some. And now I'm forgetting the difference between hello and a thank you, but I thought it wasn't Strasvutie. No? Let me know. I'm thinking now. I love learning languages. So every time you come here, my friend, you have to teach me 2 words in Russian, and you have to ask me every time you come back. Yes, Darla. Yeah, it's definitely a glitch because she was not blocked at all, which is totally not understandable. On top of it, now I don't see any of her comments. Could it be me? I'm pretty sure because she commented on the post with my beard in the community, talking about the future, coming back from the future. I thought she did, and I went to see, and I didn't see her, but I could be wrong. Rose Cullum again, thank you very much. Kalen Bresden, thanks a lot, my friend. How's it going, Lindsay Shaw? Glad to be here. Thank you very much. Connecticut in the house, right on. We're going to jump in an awesome video. Sunshine 333, Rod R. Hugs back. Thanks for coming by, my friends. Danny Ram, what's up, my friend? UFOs, buddy. That's UFOs are up. They are so up. Robert Hammond, how's it going, brother? Nice to see you. Hey, yeah, been a while, but that's how it is. Life is like that. Brings people here and there and everywhere. Always changes, eh? Oh yes, I'm thinking, my friend. Um, listen, it's where I should be. It's where I should be, honestly, doing, because also there's a whole bunch of stuff I should be doing and equipment eventually to be doing so. There's lots of lights on that moon. If it's the first time that you arrived on the channel, I promise you, all of you who are here for the first time, I will show you something on the moon that for real will have your jaw drop. Even if you're a tough guy or you're used to tough things, or not impressed by UFO videos, and I'm telling you, and obviously you don't see spaceships and doors and stuff opening up. You see very scary lights lifting up off the surface. But on top of it, has anyone ever shown you like 10, 15, 20 UFOs just under the hazes on the surface, lifting up in motion, one after the other? I'm telling you, that's what's happening on the moon all the time. And the fact that they move just over the frame rate of most cameras, isn't it stupid? They're smart. Whoever, whatever they are smart. Maybe they're not as intelligent as humans, as a matter of fact. You have to wonder why NASA would want to stick and poke their nose around the moon, even if they didn't land. Alfred, nice. Thank you very much. Nice to see you again. Thanks for coming back, you guys. An incredible video. Jules of Southern Oregon. I am Kai's in the house. You are still the truth, my brother. It's always a pleasure to listen to your wisdom. Hey, thanks a lot, brother, man. Love you for it, man. Thank you. Lights are all over the moon. You know it, Mr. Stephen A. Damn right they are. Don't forget to leave that comment at least later. The real Wayno in the house. Thanks a lot for being here. Thanks for coming back. Appreciate it, guys. The ones that come back. Thank you. Be the arrow in the house. Thumbs up. Thank you. Is it true, Richie Rich? Is it true the government wanted to blow up the moon at one time? Well, you know what? I don't know if they wanted to entirely blow it up, but I'll tell you what, they wanted to drop a big nuke and make a hole in the center of it. And the reason why they wanted to do this, that's what I was saying the last stream. They don't have the heavier elements. They're creating them all the time, synthesizing them through the CERN is what I believe. Like, scientists didn't say that. That's my crazy head. And why? I'm not going to hide it. Bob Lazar talks about literally a reactor, which is a hadron collider inside of those UFOs. So that's literally what's sitting there at CERN. And they are smashing subatomic particles together in collisions, but they're recording the collisions, and they're creating a whole bunch of different elements, and they're opening black holes. So there's a lot of speculation, as there is around everything controversial and everything hidden, that they're letting things inside of the physical world. The lights that are here around Earth, I believe, are not China or Russia. Obviously, if they were, they would have won the war. Like Russia would have won the war too. If Russia had these UFOs, you think they would be sending 1947 tanks and Soviet food boxes, ancient food stamps across the yeah. Well, that's a bit of common sense. It doesn't mean necessarily, hey, alien bump. Neighbor to the north. Everything's glitched here. Sorry, guys. New Hampshire here. Northern New Hampshire. Thank you very much, Bruce Videos. convince my non-believing sister. I think you had told me that, right? That some weird shit might be happening. Thanks, Bruce. Well, thanks. And we're going to get into it right away. See some really cool stuff, some straight up. And I'll always be showing more and more footage and some new footage. And the moon, when we get the moon, hope, fingers crossed, the next couple of days, we will be getting the moon. I say we again. I will be getting the moon. And I appreciate that. I love hearing that. Hey, hey, hey. Scott Hart, Arkansas in the house. Thank you very much. Oh, you serious, eh? Wow, 96. 96, eh? Wow. Wow. It's a long life, eh? Hey, Sugar Bee, right on. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for listening in. Like I said, some of you, when you don't have time to come by the streams, by God, don't. And if it's not necessarily something you're interested in, how could you not be with the UFOs and everything? Yeah, I believe there is two alien bump. There's already a hole. I was wondering if that was a song that he sang. Was it Tony Bennett that sang that? I was thinking Frank Sinatra or what's his name, the guy that Buble that's trying to sell drinks. Fly me to the moon and let the sun shine in your hair. I don't even know the words. Older songs. I'm an old soul though, honestly. CERN creates heavy elements by colliding them. Yeah, subatomic particles. And they're smashing 700,000 of them, 680,000 particles per second. So they got them both going face to face on tracks that are side by side. And then at one point, at the very moment, a couple of split seconds before they cross paths on these different tracks, they divert the track, they smash, and you have all these different machines that are monitoring the frequencies, that are monitoring the elements and things that are being created, and they're looking at this in ultra high slow definition, right? You can imagine the cameras that they have and everything that they're doing, right? But it's very scary because, again, Bob Lazar said, and me, when I talk about something, I talk about someone that said something truthful or interesting. Do I agree with Bob Lazar that there's no one on the moon? No. Did they actually ask him like a lot? I can't say that I know if they did or not. But Bob Lazarus believes that there's nothing on the moon. And that maybe, he's maybe hiding the fact that some of those UFOs could be from the moon. The moon is the biggest secret. I believe that that's a part of disclosure that's, if they can, they're going to try to hide it. More news coming in. Tim Burchett did not have an easy time trying to get information with, by the way, Paulina Luna, who's in charge of the oversight community. What do you think of that one? Paulina Luna. Anyways, just my brain. Imagine if she's from the moon. Maybe she's the Mona Lisa unthawed. That'd be crazy. Those are questions, eh? Like I mentioned again, I'm repeating myself here. I'm so interested as to which questions that they're going to be asking. And again, Tim Burchett says they better be asking good questions for sure. Cheers, everyone. Whoop, I guess it's not dirty. I guess it's the green screen doing that. That's weird. It's a green screen bruise. Fly me to the moon. I know you'd never forget a commercial. Thank you very much. Bruce, I'm learning disappeared and back. Michael. Bruce, I'm learning un musicien parmi tant d'autres by harmonium. I'm going to say something after that, but I'm having trouble pronunciations. Any advice? Absolutely is. Oh, yeah. In French. Dude, I had problems too. I played a couple of songs off topic. I played a couple of songs from Harmonium on my Bruce's music channel, and I had to get the French accent, even though I'm from Quebec. Je parle très bien le français, but the Harmonium one, they are from Quebec. I had an easier time. That's why for me, I was able to not mimic the voice. It's just that I had never sing, fee, fi, fo, fum in French. And I did one video, I think, or a couple videos, but that I sang in French. Suggestion is, honestly, yes. If you're like me, how I cheat is I listen to the guy singing. And when you hear him say something, go listen to the lyrics as he's singing it. And you'll see the pronunciation of the words, and you'll see like besoin, d'amour, devenir, and you'll see them there, and you'll be able to sing it better by mimicking, I guess. Because if you're going to do harmonium and it's in French, I mean, it's not a very easy task. I'm telling you, but that would help. I hope. Maybe it sounds a little silly. That's what I do. That's what I do sometimes, actually. I believe that we, the people, will change the world for the betterment of humanity. I love hearing that, Adam. And Adam, where's Eve? No, I agree with that, Adam. With all due seriousness, honestly, and not just because I want to be positive because I'm afraid of something. I actually believe that. I believe that we're at our lowest, and that that shift is gonna happen. Hopefully the moon and stars come out as soon. It feels like I haven't seen them for over a month. Yeah, that's a little very scary. Not a little scary. The fact that it takes a long time to be able to see the moon now, and me filming once every month or three, it's disappointing. I'm making lots of videos, and there's lots of news with the UFOs and stuff. I mean, more to come, guys. But honestly, when I started, yes, it was like not every night, but there was many nights that I could go outside and that I could film the moon several times, like for 6-7 days in a row as it was leaving. Now it's just totally mayhem. So there's more lightning than usual in Canada. I like being the first crazy guy to say something. So I did a little research off topic. I won't linger on it, but I said, is it possible for lightning to become more intensified? What would have to happen in the atmosphere of any planet or gravity? And we say any planet, they just say there's some around lightning around Saturn too now. But in general around Earth, the lightning that is created, how come everyone disappeared there? Oops, I should still be on, but oh, Marie-Lise Isabelle is coming in like just like line by line, and I forgot what I was saying now. I'm like a squirrel bringing my nut under some tree, but I see a cat go by and I forget what I was saying. Please give Bruce some much love and support. He's an angel in disguise. Hey, thank you so much, Adam. I appreciate that. I love you, brother, man. Thank you for the inspiration, my friends. I love doing this. And there's, my research did make it up to quite a few people, and you all know it. But the thing is that it's not a trophy giving field of work, that's for sure. I can call it work. It's what I'm doing every day. And it's not something that you're going to necessarily be in a magazine for. Everything's changing now. You know how much they're being harassed? Like, seriously. So Tim Burchett was refused information by the Navy, of course, if I'm not mistaken. The Pentagon was trying to stop them from getting information about the hearing and stuff. And again, Paulina Luna, I love the name, Luna, again, was talking about that with Tim Burchett having problems, which we're going to go see in the video, actually. I heard a lot aren't going to make it with the shift, but it is set back another 50 or so years. Anyone else heard this? I haven't, but I would be very happy for that because 50 would be perfect. I'd be 98. That'd be perfect end on the way out. That's for sure. For younger folks, well, too bad. I'm sorry. I'm kidding. Well, hello back, my love. Andromeda Native, thank you for being here. Bobana. Bobana's in the house. Thanks for coming back, y'all. As always, CERN was creating E115, which was new categorized by U.S. University, but would get, I like that again. No, sorry, would get stored and Russia delivered the storing container, excuse me for reading like a moron, container to get it stored and proven to exist called, oh yeah, Moscovian E115. I had no idea about that story, but I Moscovian rings a bell. Yep, element 115. So yeah, listen, Bob Lazar was talking about element 115 before it even existed. He was smart. He was talking about the wavelengths and everything way long time ago. Angel Dreams. Hi, Soul Tribe, Northern Cali in the house. Thank you very much. And if I miss anyone, no deliberate insult towards you, please. But it happens. Right. So let's get into that video so I can answer some comments after. And that way I'll take that off at the bottom like I usually leave on. Right on. I'm going to have to check her out too. Well, if it's not too much to ask, anyone can leave me a comment and leave that link so I can go and comment to her. I can't get to channels, guys. I can't look her up. I can't reach her from here. It's that's how it is. Right on. Perhaps gardens once bloomed on the moon. I believe that, my friend. I honestly believe that. Like, seriously, I do. Hey, Russia, that's another thing, Just the US is talking about the UFOs. Russia has secret projects too. Imagine when that happens. There's a big, interesting story about Russia having downed a UFO actually during the war. A plane was actually able, Russian plane, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Soviet plane was able to bash through the gravity field and the space and time around the spacecraft, and they both went down at the same time. So, thus, the beginning of the Russian secret space force. So, every country has all these secret projects. So, we can imagine. I can only imagine when they talk, about it. All these countries. Via ton télescope, as-tu déjà vu une flotte de vaisseaux? Oui, Marie-Lise, Isabelle, mon Dieu Seigneur, si vous êtes ici encore pour 2 minutes, 5 minutes, je vais vous le montrer immédiatement dans la vidéo. Preuve conclue avec un télescope de 14 pouces, un CGXL de Célestron, avec le HD de plus, toujours recommandé. Puis j'ai un Nikon D850 à l'arrière. Puis vous allez voir dans la vidéo, même si jamais vous ne comprenez pas l'anglais, vous allez pouvoir vraiment comprendre. Il n'y a pas besoin de volume pour comprendre ce que je vais vous montrer. Je vais vous montrer une vraie flotte d'ovnis. Ah, puis attends, won't be long, guys. Dans la vidéo que vous allez voir, j'ai pas l'autre où s'il y en a 10 ou 15 ovnis. Je vais t'en montrer à peu près 6-7. Qui s'élèvent tout en même temps, qui changent de direction sur la surface, puis tu vas voir les autres arriver à l'intérieur de la surface. Pourquoi je dis à l'intérieur? C'est parce qu'ils apparaissent de nulle part. Wait till you see that, my friend. Everyone get that? So E115 found by Germans called Unpentium that was told to not exist. See, that's how they hide Oliver Klein. They hide the names. People have no idea. That's like the government that changes unidentified aerial task force to, from ATIP to unidentified aerial task force to this, to that. They're just changing using frontal names, frontal organizations. Then reproduce, renamed, and listed again. Absolutely. As E115 Moscovian. Yep. Incredible, eh? My friends, thanks again. I'm going to share that now with you all. Thanks for listening in. Marie-Lise, Isabelle, on s'en va voir ça tout de suite, mon ami. Pas trop long. Juste un petit début à faire dans la vidéo en anglais, puis tu vas voir. Tu as bien fait de me demander ça. Je vais te montrer exactement ce que tu veux voir. Puis je suggère que tu me donnes la réponse ou un commentaire pour me dire, écoute, c'est bel et bien des ovnis ou non. Qu'est-ce que tu peux penser? Let's share the whole screen. And I'm going to start that video. Thanks for listening in, everyone. I'm going to jam up, of course. I see myself jamming up. Now, if you look over to the left of your screen, I'm on the left side of your screen. I hope I'm on the left. All right, let's do this. So, like I said, I have a problem. There's people starting channels pretending that they're me. So be very careful with someone interacting with you. I lost a very good friend, Frank Castle, on the French channel that contributes in many ways coming to the channel. He's a musician, a good musician from what I heard too. And somebody attacked him, and I think he got hacked or something like that from a fraud or fake Bruce. So look at this beautiful comment from Pugboy, a guy who, anyways, he had a lot going on, working hard and everything. He supported me on my Patreon channel. For the longest time, he's always been there on Bruce Sees All also. Real quickly, then we'll get into the video, guys. It's worth the wait. Just to let you know seriously what's happening. I have to let you guys know. Haha. So this is a post on the right. You'll see it later where I'm telling people be careful because someone's impersonating me. Haha. Won't get past me, Brucey baby. I smell him a mile off. Lol. But I still think you got long-termers here who give big. Not 100% on that, but have my doubts. Just keep doing your thing, man. Unique, which is an amazing comment. I'm not used to getting these comments like a lot of you just did again this evening, but it's greatly appreciated. So this would be me, which it isn't. Look at the response. Imagine this guy gave me some money there, contributed to the channel. Bruce Sees All says, with my icon on my channel. But see, here's what people have to learn. And I started telling people, if it was me, you'll see a black ring around my name, ring around the collar. Remember my black eyes. Remember, there should be a black ring around my name. So Bruce Sees All supposedly says, nice to see that some people were close by at the same time. Anyways, Bruce Sees All says, Pug Boy, thanks, man. They will get past you as you are one of the slow ones, with a laughing face. So that's just to give you an idea. Okay. Now I told him immediately what had happened, but imagine that happening and that you don't try to reach me to tell me that because you actually think it was me that responded to you like that. So that is like, oh my gosh, very horrible. I'm trying to go ahead here. All right. So to finish off, all right, real quickly, it's funny actually. Like you can get a good laugh with this because it is funny. There's always some interesting things that happen here. So over to the right, it says, try to see my arrow moving. Hey, all, careful. A new Bruce Sees All channel plus mine now are in circulation. So I started getting comments, but the comments are all Bruce Sees All. Hey, guys, it's not Bruce Sees All because I don't have a black ring around my name. This is Bruce. My account has been, and listen to the bad English that the trolls were writing at that moment. Watch this. Don't listen. Okay. This is Bruce. My account has been hacked and I have had to use my I have had past tense. Anyways, backup account to message on here. Usually Bruce writes a lot of 3 dots. Recognize how I write. Don't listen to the original account as it's not me with 2 dots because she knew. Bruce Sees All. Here, Bruce, we have your back, brother. Little bit of fun. Just then another one that was trolling the channel would join in and say, everybody, this is the troll, guys. Click on the icon, pick and block them. And look, it's me. Just telling people to block me. The real Bruce Swartz with the black circle around it. Our sweetheart. 50,000 people came by yesterday, XO to her. Your channel will be down soon, not mine. And her channel closed. So let's get into the moon research. So heads up, guys, if ever you see anything like that. Marie. So then I have to block it and, harassment and stuff, but that happens. Bruce Sees All. Welcome to the Bruce Sees All channel. We live stream every Friday, meteors, asteroids, stars, and planets. There's a whole bunch of videos here of some incredible stars also that I got a couple of years back. Let's get right into it. Now, before I start, we're on the moon, and the lights that are lifting up off the surface, you're going to see a little trail behind them that they're lifting up, smoke, or it's a heat signature, right? We're talking about a prosaic attribution. The new words. Keep your eyes on. Let me turn on the lights here because I am sitting. Oh, sorry about that. I am sitting in the dark here. The light's full blast for me. Right. Mare fecunditatis. Right here is the beginning of Mare Imbrium underneath, where they said that they went to the moon, which they didn't, the Apollo 11 moon landing. Over here, with the exposure taken down, we can see little surfaces, right? So you're on the moon, there's lots of uneven surfaces on the moon. This one here, every time it lifts up or any other one moves, you're going to see a simultaneous movement with another UFO. So when one moves, no matter where, I mean, we're talking 40, 50 miles here across, you're going to see them moving simultaneously. Not all of them, but most of them. Here in the center, can you see the arrow? Right here in the center, just to the left of the red circle. I do want you to pay attention here. You have to go back and rewind it after. I want you to pay attention here, but you're going to see them going all over the place. You won't know where to put your eyes. But here they lift up off the surface. There's not one here right now, but there's a new light that's going to appear. I don't know how they're appearing. I think they're coming through this light here. And in this light, they're all stationed and parked there. This is takeoff and launch when you see them. So let's get into it. Les ovnis sur la surface, Marie, qui décollent simultanément. Puis j'ai beaucoup de différentes variations d'ovnis comme ça, là. So we can see them taking off. Mark my words. Okay, hold on. We already saw. This proves that they're on the moon, by the way. I backed up. There's going to be a UFO that appears there. A UFO is going to appear there. A UFO is going to appear there. For example, start by putting your eye there. You don't have 6 eyes, right? Point your eye here, and I'll back it up. Don't worry. You won't miss it. Just keep your eye there for me, please. Whoop, something appeared. Let's back up so you can see the movement. Forward, back, forward, back. Again, when this UFO right here goes to here, this one moves, it lights up at the same time. Watch. Boom. Now it's over here, and there's a light there. So what's going to happen now? So now this one takes off. It's in the air. But this one takes off at the same time. You want to talk about communicating UFOs? UFOs that are all plugged like on one brain and one mind? Ever heard of a biological UFO? Actually, what if these aren't UFOs and that they're living organisms? There's one that I didn't shoot out very often. Well, yes, but I don't call these living organisms. Maybe people aren't ready yet. And again, I don't have any proof of that. So if we back up and you pay attention right here in the center where they're going to be lifting up continually. I'll rewind it. Keep looking in the center here. Just watch the activity. If you're like me, your eyes will roam around on all angles and you'll be able to see everything quite properly. I'm slowing it down, by the way, because these are occurring extremely fast. I have videos of them fast. I want to show them slow. They're the two lifting up at the back. Oops, right there. Boom. Let's pause it. 1, 2, and 3 more arrive. 4 here. So let's back up just a little bit. Focus on here. This is important. Might not be much. See? Okay. That UFO here that just took off from here. And when it took off, there's a black surface now as compared to the lit surface and smoke that you see around the UFO there. I can see the rectangle, right? As a matter of fact, the briefing, that's what the UFOs look like there. There's nothing different with what I'm showing. Let's see that one more time. Watch them lift off from that. He's here now. He's right there. Let's follow this one. He's right there. I'm still looking at him. I can see him. Another one appears here on the left, another one there, but that one's still there. It's still there, but there's another one taken off, but I can still see it here. You can see it in the smoke. It's gone. It's gone. You see? You probably said it's not going to take off. It did. See, it moves over. It's moving over to the end to take off. Watch here. There's one right there. Whoop, okay. Takes off. There's another one here now. That one over here. I mean, listen, it is absolutely ridiculous. I'll let it play because it's just totally freaky. There's nothing that has to be explained, you know. And now don't get mad. I'm going to show the one that came down to the house because it's, you know, it's party time, the 26th of July, guys. What if they ever show a UFO like this? It is see-through. The object is changing shape and form inside. Everybody that was here the last stream knows that Stephen Greer showed a diagram right beside another shape of a UFO like mine. It's identical, and this shape and form is changing in the center. Of course, I'm slowing it down here. It was a lot closer than that, but I had to grab the whole image frame. Look at the black frame that you see. That was the whole image, that bloody light that was bright like that. It looks like the CBC News symbol at one point. I think is a CBS, do. Anyways, literally 20 feet from me at eye level, stopped. So, guys, it's not human and no one's sitting in it. It's some type of light frequency, but that has a shape never before seen. Like at one point when I saw this, all I could think of was CERN beaming something or HARP. I mean, what the hell's going on? These frequencies, if it's alien, it's concerning because it could have been poisonous. I didn't, you know, and I was very close. I was 20 feet from it. I'm telling you, the experience, guys, it was very normal. I was calm, didn't really react to it, right? At all, actually. I don't know if there's going to be any volume here, right? Let's get into, there will be parts with volume. This is Eratosthenes crater. Now, if you look at the crater like that, you're looking at a side angle of a crater. Sadly, I had trolls at the beginning many years ago saying, "Oh my God, look at all the pixelations." That's not pixelations, that's screen lines because we're too close to an image of a zoom. There's no pixelation here, no layer of pixelation. Overwhelmingly, I mean, listen, I cried. When I was able to get this, I worked my freaking ass off to be able to try to see the surface like this. And you can see Eratosthenes crater. For those that don't know it, it's just at the end of the Apennine Mountains, okay? Right at the end of the Apennine Mountains. And these objects, these massive structures that we can have a little hard time seeing, but they're there anyways. It's not like we can see cities and details, right? But we can see very well covering there. Now, getaways, routes, or passages, whether it be 10-wheelers, trucks, or bicycles, I'm pretty sure, guys, if it's not liquid or energy, electricity, or some type of nuclear power, they're walking through some of these lines that we see. And again, look at the closeness of the crater and look at the smokes and hazes. I'm not saying it's clouds. I'm not saying it's not. This one is problematic for me. This is sinus irritum. If you want to see real construction, this is what I declare being real construction because there's no two ways about it. There's and I'm not a professional. There's over 18 to 20 signs in this image showing that there's different structuring layers over each other. It's a real snafu. But hang on, you see how well it's not that impressive, Bruce. It's, you know, sort of see some angles here. It doesn't mean it's a square, Bruce. Maybe a rectangle. Yeah, but it could be the chromatic aberration or whatever you want to say. You notice how it's blurry here in the bottom? It's not because the image was badly taken. If there's a movement in the atmosphere on the moon or there's bright lights or whatever, don't take it into consideration. It's not an illuminated sphere, but it is an illuminated sphere. It's like extremely bright. Why? Well, they say it's because the surface is filled with brass parts. Okay. Brass, titanium, very reflective, refractive, regolith, and everything. So you see a line coming out here like an entrance. But let's make it interesting. Let's get it clearer than this, right? Like this fascinates me. I know what this means. That's how they get around. Our highways are not like this. Watch where I'm going with the arrow here. That's how they get around. Okay. That's what they're using to get around. Dark areas they can get around. So watch this. This looks like a nuclear bomb in here, whatever. The white here on the left, all this big white patch, I want to clarify that as I do all my images. I even explained to everyone how I did it, and still people don't try it or get mad. Here, you're going to see a difference when I play it, and I'm going to convert the image. You watch. No manipulation. Go forward a little bit. We'll help it there. We'll help it go forward. And I'm going to go back and forth because it's deliberate. The bright light is deliberate, by the way. I want your eye to jump. It's going to help you. Watch this. Oops, you're starting to see the squares sort of appear more. I don't do like people when they put squares up and markers and circles. Look at this. It's a mountain here. There's this. I want people to see for themselves what we're looking at, right? I could be wrong. But then when we go here, where's that white patch I told you to look at? Okay, so let's go back to see how come we can see a white patch. Oh, shit. We can't see any elevation whatsoever. Why? Because the mountain here has the same reflectivity as the low surface here and here. So people see this as a flat surface, and it's not. Look how elevated it is here. Right there. Are you seeing my arrow? Why am I explaining it like romper room or like a child would explain to a slow person? I mean, like an adult would explain to a slow kid or something. Well, I want people to realize I'm not just talking bullshit here. Look at the dirt. Look at this blurry patch or smoke or haze. It's going down inside here, bending down. You couldn't see it before. And now we can see this overpassing object with the underpassing object here. Yet again, a square. Listen, this is a massive wall. This is totally symmetrical. Goes here. Massive wall or object. As a matter of fact, you know what this looks like? A freaking dam, water dam. This could be water that we're not even seeing properly. That's actually being filtered here. What do filtration systems look like? I'm telling you, I'm not blowing shit out of my my ass, guys. Different tubs of water, different filtration systems. Maybe they have fisheries. It really makes you think. You see the beginning of another structure here? So how many structures do you think are hiding inside of the white here? What's there? That's built. There's no two ways about it. That is something definitely built, right? Let's carry on here. In the back there, obviously where the arrow is, this is sinus iridum. This is the promontorium D at the end. I'm not hiding it. So that means any professional can go and see the exact promontorium end. But the problem why everyone gets mad is when they get to the promontorium at the end, it's this big. So all this area is in this area. How do you do it, Bruce? I keep telling everyone. And by the way, a 14-inch telescope at 10,000 US dollars and a $10,000 camera at the back. It's not because I'm flashing. As a matter of fact, who wants to brag they have $10,000, $20,000 worth of equipment at their home and get robbed? It's very expensive equipment, but I have very good equipment. The Nikon D850 is a miraculous camera that can zoom in thousands of times. We're able to see the surface without any manipulation, without billions of dollars in funding. And by the way, contributions, if I miss them, I can't see them right now, but once I get off here, there's a list now that YouTube puts for us. We're going to see Tim Burchett. Okay, we're going to hear a lot about him. Here's our darling Miss Luna. Anyways, the name fascinates me. He's his mask is a little sideways, but anyways, we have to laugh, right? Let's listen first of all to what Tim Burchett has to say. And there's 2 or 3 little passes here where they're going to talk. It's not going to be long. We're going to continue to go back into the research and look at some other things, including Jeremy Corbell, that was asked a very weird question by Cuomo on News Nation. So let's get into what Congressman Tim Burchett is doing. I wish the best for him. I hope he's a authentically good person, right? It doesn't mean that he will be, because I don't know him. You don't know him, and like, nobody knows him. But I think the best is coming. Let me show you one more thing before we leave here. Yeah, anyways. Glass structure here. There's another rectangle here that's almost invisible hanging there. But anyways, it's hard to explain. It's all trickery. When you look at the surface of the moon, lots of people say it looks like we're looking through glass layers. And yes, it does. It makes sense.
Last year, the House Intelligence Committee held a hearing on UAPs. They brought in some Pentagon bureaucrats who only had 2 answers to the questions they were asked. I don't know, or that's classified. This hearing is going to be different. We're going to have witnesses who can speak frankly.
I don't know, or that's classified. Don't forget, he's in the government, and he's actually complaining, which is good, about the fact how they keep saying, oh, they're going to redact everything and they're going to cover it up. Listen to his words very, very carefully. He's serious about what he's saying.
Bureaucrats who only had 2 answers to the questions they were asked. I don't know, or that's classified. This hearing is going to be different. We're going to have witnesses who can speak frankly to the public about their experiences. They do exist or they don't exist. They keep telling us they don't exist, but they block every opportunity for us to get a hold of the information to prove they do exist. And we're going to get to the bottom of it, dadgummit, whatever the truth may be.
Dadgummit. Look what she says.
Oh my goodness, did he curse? That's serious.
News Nation got it wrong again. Dog gammit.
Maybe.
Look what she says.
Oh my goodness, did he curse?
Oh yeah, he cursed. He was talking against black people. Anyways, they make me sick, guys, honestly. Ready? What the hell is this one? I don't remember this part.
If the Department
there we go.
The Air Force, if the Pentagon thinks that they're above Congress, they have something else coming to them. We told them we were going to do this if they continue to hide information, and ultimately, the American people deserve the facts.
Censor platform.
That was he's a little close. He's as close as me. That was Miss Luna. I don't know if you noticed the name to testify at the hearing. So advance it a little bit. It's Bruce. Where's her name? They're not there. It is Anna Paulina Luna. That is funny. It's sort of like Anna Paul in a Luna. Anyways, I'm stuck on her name. So she's speaking up to whoever she is in charge of the task force, whoever these people are. I always wonder if these people are aliens and that they're actually just sitting there ruling the world. She does sort of look sort of reptilianish, doesn't she? Sorry, guys.
To them, we told them we were going to do this if they continue to hide information, and ultimately, the American people deserve the facts.
Yes, they do.
Censor platforms that pick these up. If the right questions are asked, we're going to learn a lot. But that takes Congress. It takes everybody on that panel to ask the right questions so that they can be answered. You're helping the committee.
Listen to this. What Cuomo asks him.
Answered. You're helping the committee with the questions? All I know is there's going to be some good questions, and I'm pretty sure that we're going to learn things.
He says, I'm stopping it, guys, because I want to explain it. He says, you're helping with the questions on the committee. So they already talked, right? Like if he's saying stuff like that, Cuomo, it's because they already spoke. By the way, certain times you'll see that Jeremy Corbell's actually looking at a monitor, but Cuomo's also looking at a monitor even when Jeremy Corbell is talking. All right, I'm going to stop stopping it.
All I know is there's going to be some good questions, and I'm pretty sure that we're going to learn.
Watch Cuomo's eyes.
Look at you.
He's reading now.
I ask you if you've been helping them with the questions, and you don't just say yes.
So he was reading. You know, I know you're going to say I'm paranoid. I'm not paranoid at all. You can tell when someone's reading a script or not. Well, how do you feel when the president of the United States of America says, I want to personally tell you something, and he's reading a monitor? Does it not scare you? We have 3 out of 12 witnesses, my friends. UFO whistleblower David Grush from 2019 to 2022 was on the Unidentified Aerial Task Force. David Fravor, which is a retired Navy commander. Ryan Graves, a former Navy pilot. They're going to be in this historical hearing. We're back at Eratosthenes crater on the moon. Different images, different views, which might help your eyes see a little better. So this is the exact same thing. You know that the square that's there is just a conversion here. Those three rock-like objects that are there are still here, but look how hard it is to see with the white. So do you understand? NASA, it's not they're not showing real moon images when they show images. They've been scrubbed and trafficked, yes, but in general, they're making it really refractive. So they're just doing a little play on the camera to cause the whole surface to become a straight film. And I'm literally doing it for you right here and showing it to you. Where the surface here, you can't see anything here, guys. Second time I show you that patch, let's call it a patch because it's a blurry patch over the right? Blurry patch of a bunch of bumpy objects. Holy smokes. And over here, we can't see them. We really can't see them. And when you look at the converted image, what's a converted image? It's quite simply the green. So it brings the bright rampart here darker on this one here, which is, it's not a manipulation of the image. It's quite simply looking at it through a different lens. Eratosthenes, impressive to be able to see it that close. And obviously the smokes that we're seeing, well, that's telling us there's currents on the moon, y'all. We did see the flag move. Those of you that say the flag moved because it's on a cylinder ring, come on, guys. Have you ever even seen the flag moving? It moves from the tip. The tip lifts up quite simply. And, there's here and there things are coming out. The Y files talked about, showed the image again of, it's floating around somewhere, of the astronaut and it's his visor. You can see like 9 to 12 cinema lights, like studio lights that are on these. We don't see the stands, but you see the lights side by side. The filming of the astronauts going back up into space, which, by the way, they left the surface and shot themselves straight up into space instead of doing, like we do here on Earth. They have to leave 24 hours around Earth, and then they shoot themselves up gradually out of the atmosphere, so they say. And don't forget, they got to whiz by the Van Allen belts, which professional scientists today are saying that's impossible. Imagine. This is really important here. Copernicus craters on the top left. If you want to see a real surface and structuring, you're looking at a surface where there's no pixelation. Under Copernicus crater, the blue spot is actually that bright spot, which is right here. But now that we're all at the same color, there's something going on here. As hard as it is for some of you might need a different screen or bigger screen. 2 arrows with a line, very long line, 60, almost 100 kilometers here. Overlapping those connecting objects where there's smoke here and smoke there, there's 2 yellow arrows, which are connecting another line to a small smoke source. This long line goes and touches 1, 2, 3 light sources. There's another burning light source there. Over here in the center, and that's what we're going to zoom up. We're going to look at it green now. We're moving over. That's a structure. Line going to them here, 90-degree angles. It's actually curved here to a round look. Another plug going there. Then we're going to see over to the right after that. These could be industries or mining setups. So it's the exact same thing that people were flipping out about what NASA showed. But I'm sure you're not, unless you have a lens, unless you count. Okay, I'll do it. There's an object here. Let's just look at the line without making shit up. There's a line that goes to something here, okay, that looks actually like, I'm sorry, guys, you could say oil or tub or something. It's round. It could be even a UFO. Then it goes off and curves over here. There's another elevated object there. Light source there. A section over top of this one that's touching the other section, thus proving there's another section over top that overlaps. And then you can say, yeah, but Bruce, it's just objects. Yes, it's just objects. Absolutely. Over here on the right, well, that for me is most incredible mining setup. Do you understand that when you're hauling dirt out of the ground, you have trucks that drive around and lay all this shit dirt all over the place, and it's spread out? Another very big possibility. Listen, the possibility of the Big Bang and that Earth and the moon hit each other. How dumb was that? So my theories, I'm pretty sure, not as dumb as that when you think of it. So we'll advance the video. Might even have a little bit of the surface, a bit of everything that I'm trying to show everyone. So whether you see it or not, you have to adjust your eyes. That is a surface. And that's how we can see it right now, because for whatever the reason. So guys, this is back in 217 and 218. Okay, I think. And it's a long time ago. And I just want to show you a couple of interesting things. Just to give you an idea of when I started this, some of the things that I was talking about on YouTube in 216 and 217 and 218, like, not a lot of people were showing some of this stuff.
Some type of a mining operation when you look at it that way.
So I was already assuming it were mining operations. Why? Because that's what I find they look like, a theory.
It looks like some type of a mining operation when you look at it that way, and in quite the massive scale. I like showing this. This is the surface of the moon, obviously seen from a bit further out. I want to show you guys what it looks like. And I've shown this many a times, but maybe some people have missed it. I'm going to show it again. The lights that are active right now in front of us on the moon, I believe, are not reflection of the sun. Not entirely, most likely. And we can really see that, like just here on Earth, when the ISS space station supposedly goes over Earth and shows us how bright the surface is with all these lights. Well, that's exactly what it seems that we're looking at now. Just an amazing surface, bringing down the intensity of the exposure.
That's Aristarchus.
And you can see the surface like it had a lens, a polarized lens if you want. And they're light sources. It's a burning, oscillating, whatever, combusting energy on the surface of the moon. Here,
they say there's no combustion on the moon. I'm talking about what looks like combusting, just not to mix people up. Science says that there is no combustion. Fire on the moon in microgravity, low gravity, would be a small blue flame. It could burn twice as long probably, but it would be very small blue flame. So that's important to know too. But all I did is I brought the exposure down. We're looking at Aristarchus crater, and we're seeing movements and lights and flickering. And I've showed what looks like war on the moon, guys. Okay. It's true. It's a serious thing. So by bringing the exposure down, you eliminate anything bright, refraction, and only the brightest objects, you're going to see them. And when you do that, by bringing down the exposure, you think you would see less, but you actually don't. You actually see a bit more.
Lights, and this is Aristarchus crater, by the way, and that's what we're looking at: lights, movement, activity. We want to see activity. Well, the activity is there, and that's exactly what we're seeing. It's not easy, and it's just amazing to get a chance to see it all.
217.
Each planet has its own atmosphere. Events are happening through wavelengths that our eyes cannot perceive. Surface structures have the same reflectivity, also blinding.
Bianchini crater.
Whatever devices that are trying to get the surface by enhancing, fine-tuning, high dynamic ranges, being able to clarify and enhance.
There they are.
By astrophotography without manipulating the surface in any way, revealing this amazing archaeological finding that will rock the world.
7 years later, nothing.
Changing us forever and changing the way we see ourselves.
It changed me. Just by changing your eyes, you see it. Same thing. Let's zoom up on Copernicus. Eratosthenes right there. That's Eratosthenes. That's the one at the end with the smoke at the end of the Apennine Mountains that I showed you. Look, do the comparison later in the video. Look how close to Copernicus it is. There's Copernicus appearing. That's with the 14-inch telescope. We see the colors naturally appearing on the surface. The purples is what I believe is the atmosphere. So what are these? YouTube might show a little bit of pixelation. Whatever you want to call them, I wouldn't call them UFOs because I would have a hard time saying that, they're UFOs. Could they be biological creatures? I listen, your opinions are as good as mine. But what about this one? It's going straight. It looks like a bird, which it. Oh, okay. Wait, hold on. What's going on? Oh, stop. It dropped out something black. Okay. It's going now into the crater. There's smokes over the crater. What the hell's going on? When I saw this, if you can imagine how stressed out I was when I saw it, how I kept trying to explain everything and I wasn't pronouncing things right. And I didn't know the terms. I was being mocked and ridiculed because I didn't understand gravity. So when I showed this at the beginning, I did all this before learning about space. So when I showed and presented this work, people were like, well, how far is the moon? What's a gravity wave? What's a gravitron? How many different types of gravities are there? What's gravity A? Dude, it's like I didn't know any of this shit. Like anyone is a professional in their own field, right? And I learned from my research because my findings and the way I talk, like I might say something to you at one point way back. I was telling people, I said, I'm noticing things appearing around the craft. That's how fast I was able to get this incredible footage. And I said, things are appearing around the spacecraft. It looks like puffs of smoke or bubbles or stuff. And they're saying, hey, dude, that's heat signatures. That's prosaic attributions, dude. Like that's the real thing. Right. But anyways, like my surfer voice, UFOs traveling in different directions, different shape and size. So these are all little things that I understood eventually that people are trying to prove. People are trying to prove this so that it just won't wind up in data and so that there will be an investigation into this. So there always has been an investigation, but the world has been left in the dark. So real quickly, short clip, under hazes, you can see a smaller object going one way and another object going another way. I started doing that when people started saying that I was filming flies going by. There's only so much you can say, right? So let's see that just one more time. Thanks for watching, guys. I mean, this changed my life, finding out that there were people on beings on the moon. There's one going to the right. Watch on the left. It's under the hazes. It's big. It's going left. I don't know what the hell it is. So under the hazes, we see some objects going by. Bruce, it could be debris. Yes, of course, some can be debris because you'll know because debris doesn't stop and change directions like this one. So that's why it's important for me to get proof. Holy smokes. Maybe more than we think. Let's see that one more time. Oh, this is an interesting one. We're almost done, guys. Couple minutes. Let's see that one more time. Now, here's a pattern. I know it has nothing to do with no one's going to give a shit. There's a light here appearing, and it always interacts with whatever mama smoke here. Mama smoke's there, and little baby smoke's here. And these lights, I film them dropping off Easter eggs, what I call them, everywhere they go, and they change directions, and then a little light appears and another light appears. Are they feeding their babies that are on the sides of the craters, these living organisms that are, I get itchy when I talk about this. It's like oof, sort of little creepy sort of feeling, but honestly I do believe that there are biological creatures in the atmosphere of Earth that we can't see, because our eyes from 400 to 700 nanometers, there's a frequency. Our eyes have a frequency. The aliens or extraterrestrials, or we don't have to call them extraterrestrials, by the way. You can say the people on the moon, because the people on the moon are calling us extraterrestrials. We're just really the people on Earth, right? So this is an object changing directions too, one of over 150 objects that I was able to document. And get this, with the same telescope, actually different telescopes, infrared cameras too. So let's continue on. See, it's approaching the dot. Me, a guy, it fascinates me because I know it doesn't have anything to do with anything, but why is it always going towards that dot? Is it an indication of where to guide them to fly? Think of it under the hazes. You can't say I'm stupid. What do airports have because of a smoke, a fog? Hey, they have bright lights too on the surface to line them up and whatnot. I mean, the runway is always visible. Well, why not the same on the moon? And get this, we're very symmetrical on Earth, right? Everything we show is symmetrical, right? It doesn't have to be symmetrical on the moon. Like the buildings don't have to be rectangular or square, even though we actually see some rectangles. So this object is going towards that light and is going to pick it up, or it's going to disappear as it goes over it. Oh, no, sorry. You're going to rip my head off, guys. But it's important to say. Let me go back. Right. 1 and 2. See how it's important to see it? This is really seriously important. The object was here and it sort of veered this way. It veered this way because it's going to go between these two lit objects. So that's where I started telling people maybe there's some type of traffic on the moon, and we'll see that one more time. Let's look at this one again. One of my favorites. You see the gas coming from it? Emanating a gas? This one too has a gas. Watch when we go to the next one. When it takes off, you see a yellow gas, something interacting with the atmosphere on the moon. Watch this. Watch it take off yellow. Boom, yellow. Is it alien pee? I mean, I feel stupid sometimes, but not so much sometimes. I wonder. Changing directions is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Too bad they're going to pixelate it for us here. I should maybe put it out a little bit more, but get this. This is an object that hit the moon 2 years ago, maybe even 3 now. Okay. When it hit the moon, we're done here. When it hit the moon, it was coming down a straight elongated object. And that's that stick object that you guys have seen coming downwards. There's a fire that lights up at the back of it, just like a controlled descent. I'm even going to show you the frames of it. And then we're going to see one live in the darkness going down, lurking down to the surface as the fire hides as it descends into the darkness. I mean, I catch that a lot. I've caught that very often. So these are the frames advancing. The surface of the moon's here on the right, and it's coming from the top. That's a piece of shit pixelation on here, boy. How come it's like that? But either way, I'm still going to show it to you. There we go. Well, look at it better here. So that's the bottom, the fire coming out. It's a shape. I call it the chess piece. It looks like the horseman chess piece, as you will see once it turns around. I'm pointing to where the fire's coming out of something that's exploding, right? Like there's a fire, like a rocket. You can't say no there. Have you ever seen it down to the surface? So that's an object landing. We talk about different forms and shapes of spacecraft. That I have the proof, the video of this object crashing into the moon and causing a massive plume of fire. So was it a rocket test? You know, they don't have to go down to the moon. They can try to land something on the moon. But if there's somebody there, what do you think is going to happen? I have it turned towards me. So that's what it looked like as it's coming down to me while I'm on the moon, looking up in the sky. And you can see the bottom fire right here coming out, a controlled burn, right? And we're going to see one live. The real fire color, no conversion there. That was my hand or head on the bottom, by the way. No, finger. Showing where the fire is coming out at the end there. It's all proof. But you see, because none of the secret projects are revealed, nobody gives a shit at me showing a rocket-like object crashing on the moon until I get 2 or 3 of them, which I have, you know. And then at one point, is it going to come out? Is it going to come out? Instead, they hide me, you know. It's not something I'm making up. You know what? I'm at 97.4. We're on our way back down to 97.3 again. But do I stop the research? Hell no. I love doing this. And I thank you all for stopping by. So we're getting to the end there. Let's go to the last few frames here. Here it's just quite simply green. You're going to notice I have a pattern that I always do. You see my moon this color, UFOs that color, same cameras I'm using. This is a green with the infrared camera, no manipulation. So check this out. To finish off, do you see that it looks like a can that's exploding and something coming out? Do you understand that this is another event with another can-like object with a spray coming out? You know how amazing that is? That means it's not data if you find it more than once. Well, watch this. Little, you're going to say it's not much, but it's real. It appears like that all of a sudden. Look at the plume. That's an explosion, by the way, or reaction. Poof, ignition. There's the smoke as it descends into the atmosphere. You watch, there it is. Smoke following it. I'm going forward and backwards here, by the way. That's why you see it jumping like that. It appears combustion on the moon, which is impossible. And it's because it's in the moon's atmosphere and it goes down. That's kazoo. Kazoo or Milo. It depends on what you want to call him. And for your information,
thank you for liking this video and taking the time to subscribe and sharing it on other platforms.
All right. This is the last song that I had. Sorry, the first song that I had put up of me singing about aliens on the moon back in 2017, a long time ago. So do I know about it? I don't know if you want to hear it, but it was funny. I don't know if you guys remember this one. They're just spying. Haha. And they may be coming soon. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to that. These are all the contributors, not the contributors on the live stream. It's contributors over the year who contributed on my event. And a lot of people get confused as they say, Bruce, I contributed on the live stream and my name's not at the end. So please, if you contribute on the live stream and you would like to see your name there, I don't care if I have to make 1,000 minutes of names that are up there. Anyone and everyone that contributes and feels that it's an honor to be up there. For me, it's an even bigger honor. As a matter of fact, I even left the trolls there. Mark Edwards, Metalhead. You know, there's lots of people I left there. Cindy Lou, who also I left her up there. Why not? They contributed. They played their part in the disclosure or trying to ruin the disclosure. Money For those that missed it yesterday, we saw this as legislation backed by Chuck Schumer. The Senate Majority Leader would create a review board to declassify documents related to unidentified aerial phenomena across the government. The House Oversight Committee will hold a hearing. We're done with the cover-ups. Tim Burchett, right? Senate measure sets a 300-day deadline for government agencies to organize their records on unidentified phenomena and provide them to the review board, right? So there's the image provided. I don't know if you guys and gals are like me. Are you sick of seeing this shit? Okay, which, by the way, is an video provided by the Defense Department labeled Gimbal from 2015. And if I'm not mistaken, I heard this went back to even 2004. I could be wrong. Defense Department via Associated Press. There's some of the things that we're looking at yesterday. Of course, there's a big talk about everything that's going on. Here's an interesting one. Aliens might have already landed on Earth, says the Pentagon. Let's play a video infrared. I just wanted to show this one to you. Infrared of UFOs lifting up off the surface, not far from me. Okay. A newly shared draft document. I'll play it, give the effect. And put my stuff with the news. A newly shared draft document explores the possibility that extraterrestrials have reached our home planet using AI-powered probes. So if you look at that, these could be AI-powered probes. Doesn't mean it is. I'm just repeating like a puppet what they're saying, but it's one of their theories. And still see those buggers lifting up off the surface. Somebody told me, Bruce, that is one UFO going up and down in that. I thought of it too, which is scary, like Northern Lights or whatever sort of thing. Look at that, the way it turns shapes as it's going up. It's sort of scary. It's sort of like it's lifting up off the surface and changing shape and forms. Watch that. Again, we're just theorizing here, but imagine. Prepare for takeoff. Like a kid, eh? Isn't that creepy? And the worst of it, confirming that it's not airplanes or helicopters, they all disappear almost simultaneously. One on the left's going to the left, two on the right going up to the right. I saw two divisions of 3 UFOs rising up. Marie, encore une division, 2 divisions de 3 ovnis en train de s'élever dans le ciel. So for me, that was something incredible. Not the same ones. Look now. No, that one's the same as the other one. I don't think I'll show the 6 here, but yep, just straight up infrared UFO lights lifting up off the surface right beside a biological lab. Right? I don't want to bore you all. That was the video that we watched last stream. Just wanted to be sure that we didn't miss anything because it is interesting. Has anything been teleported? Scientists have been able to achieve teleportation of a single particle. So it scares me seeing the Hadron Collider, and what they're doing and smashing atoms and particles together. Again, Chinese scientists teleport photon to space. Quantum satellite Messias flies past the quantum teleportation experiment platform in Tibet. It's a total country where there's no electricity and they seed the land. Nope, there's a experiment platform in Tibet. Chinese scientists have announced that they successfully teleported information on a photon from Earth to space, and we don't give a rat's ass about that because they're not doing it for us. One last thing. Remember the lasers, if they're sending photons to space? Oh, yeah. One last thing for those that missed it. It's like I'm apologizing for showing more stuff. Okay. A strange laser was registered, a green laser traveling at high speeds from the City Museum here. Près de Mont Fuji, au Japon, le mois de septembre, le source Daiichi Fuji Musée de la ville de Hiratsuka. So yeah, it's Mount Fuji in Japan. Okay, so they got these lasers going by. Me, it scares me because it's like they're sending messages, quantum communication. Beginning of freaking time. We're at the beginning of an era where I believe, guys and gals, we're going to see the first attempt, not moon landing. Oh, Christ, no. The first attempt of leaving Earth or even being in low Earth orbit. That satellite that you just saw, the name, ISAT, is what picked it up. And there, again, my conversion in the green again, converted. We can quite simply by slowing it down to see what the lasers look like. So I thought that was cool, moving right along. Have I caught anything that looks like lasers? Well, I got this drone object going by, which is quite incredible, actually. It was very close to me. You can tell that the size of the moon, that would mean with a P900 on top of it. Could you imagine? I'm completely zoomed out, just setting up to look at the moon. And these objects go by where you can see like these little feet or something that are coming off of it. I was captured 2 to 3 years ago. See that? See the lines? Looks like a little car that goes by with the wheels, like a little Cubs car that you made to put on a little ramp going by. Sort of interesting. Those are birds. I like showing the comparison, like why hide and. So there's a drone or something military, and don't forget, artificially intelligent probe. It could be. You know why? Remember the object, the Chinese UFO that throws a probe out, line of dark soot, black smoke, then space time dilation, and you see it takes off. If they're monitoring or registering or checking temperatures or checking health or whatever of animals, I know I'm a bit ridiculous there, but I still believe that as a theory, it could be possible. These drones, watch what it shoots out, by the way. It shoots something out. And watch the two lights appear. One guy was telling me it was shit. I mean, guys, seriously, we gotta stop fighting trolls. I mean, on this situation, see the lights going up. Why do I change it a lot? Because we see different filters. So we see it from far away, an object going by, an elongated drone or something alien or whatnot. Again, we'll never be able to characterize them all. Those birds look like drones, as a matter of fact, with their red butts. That was the morning sun, guys. What little light? See, that's the morning sun where the red is on them. I'm not even saturated. I'm zoomed up here. We're gonna get a little bit of pixelation. Watch that go by. That's one of 5 elongated stick-like objects that I've seen. These don't count because it's with the infrared camera. So running right along, it's really cool to see them. Anyways, though, when you slow them down, it actually looks like the Mount Fuji laser that was going by in the sky. This one was exactly just as fast. That's why I'm slowing it down so we can see it. It didn't break up, so it's not falling star debris, as we say, right? Not leftover meteor pieces or asteroids. That's an object going by. It's as close as we can get. Some people say rods of God. There's lots of different terms that a lot of you bring to the table also. We're almost done here, guys. One of my favorites. Ooh, I love it. It breaks up though. Comes in, looks like a tic tac. Tic tac. This is debris in space. I love these captures as even more than the UFOs sometimes. It's just something flying by in space that is massive. Don't forget, my infrared camera, guys, is a very small part of the sky. Did you know that? When I'm filming with my infrared camera and I film the Big Dipper, I can only film one of the stars in all of the stars of the Big Dipper. That gives you an idea how small my screen is, but I gather more light than just as much light as a $10,000 infrared. I'm telling you. So we'll stop it there. These were the explanations of the non-human intelligence. Go back to the last stream that I did. Congress pushes to declassify UFO documents. We talked a lot about that in the last stream, so that was really cool. I'm going to stop sharing here. I can just see me go on and nobody's there anymore. It's like, what the heck happened? Let's see the damage. Hello. So I hope that was okay. I hope you guys heard the volume okay, that you saw okay. Mary Quinn, thank you very much for being here. Adam, TTs, Bruce, what you do is unique. You should be a witness in Congress for real. Hey, thank you very much. I'll tell you what, I know it gets a lot of people mad, but in reality, I did go through several MUFON investigators. Jan Vedne, who, founder of GARPAN Ufology, you can look also him up. He organizes these incredible, it's from the Carter administration every year or second year or 3 years. I think it is every year. They have this international assembly where all the ufologists and advanced ufologists reunite. Well, I do have a video about it. Of course, I'm not going to brag about it because I got my legs cut off, but I was able to make it on the platform. I was beside real ufologists that are on Wikipedia. I was presented as a person that got something incredible without being presented as ufologist. No, they presented me as a ufologist. I was blown away, tears in my eyes. And then my mother calls me up and says, where the hell did you go? What the hell happened? Yan came on and said, and the presentation that was given before they showed my work made me cry because I was so lucky to feel that I had reached that area, but that stopped the traffic. So long story short, my research did get there. You can look it up. It's on television and everything. It went around the world. A lot of MUFON investigators all over the world too that I was able to not interact with, but they were able to see me and they saw the name Bruce Schwartz. They know who I am and they're going to be able to watch me on YouTube. But I started getting harassed after that, but which is normal. But long story short, the Pentagon, the Space Force, the United States government do have a recorded documentation of what I showed, and they are going to do whatever they want with that. Like if it's an alien, if it's Russia, they're not going to ever talk to me about that. But still, I was able to present it. So good news. Hopefully that's going to continue on, but it's all thanks to you all for being here. Thank you very much, Norma C. 8:49. What did you miss? You were pretty much spot on. You're pretty much spot on. We waited. I think you were right on the money there. Made it almost at 10 o'clock. It was perfect timing. Hope you didn't find it too long, guys. It's a lot of information coming from me. Do you understand that? Like, they didn't kill me. I'm surprised, honestly, because I'm overwhelmed because I'm positive my intuition this week is off the walls. I'm positive that everything that's going on, weeks, years, months, who knows, decades, hopefully not centuries, it's going to lead up to them admitting that there's somebody up there on the moon. They're going to admit that they weren't able to go, but they're going to try to go this time. And they're going to try to make first contact. Mark my words. Most likely. That would have been so sad if I died now. Anyways, no, listen, thank you so much, everyone, for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Bruce's face has lost so much weight. Hey, thank you, Darla. I should have left that up while I was streaming. Hold on, I'll take a little picture of that. That'll be my icon snapshot. Thanks for the inspiration, you guys. Leah, thank you very much. But how come? No, it did show her. It did show her. I just wanted to be sure. Thank you very much, Leah. Princess Leah. Bruce, I'm sorry. People are so mature. No trolls on. Yeah, no, listen, absolutely. But, well, it's actually normal. It attracts people. It should attract new trolls, right? I don't get the new trolls. I just have the same jealous trolls, which I've been naming for years. They must be sick of me naming them. Still smiling. I always ask the troller to give me a French comment on sex ed. My dad was fluent, raised in Canada, right on Alien Bump. I always picked up the swears. Oh, ben oui, sacré bleu. Yeah, a bit more than that, too. The swears are fun. I learned to swear. I worked with Greeks on ancient paper presses from the end of the 1800s, beginning of the 1900s, end of the First World War. Heidelberg, I can operate a Heidelberg, the presses and stuff where not like in the new press. Have you ever seen a paper press? Very, very, very incredible paying jobs. Not me, $7-8 an hour running a sheeter. And it's a sheeter is two people. And that's 20 years ago. It's $25 an hour, almost $30 an hour on each side of the machine. And I $8 an hour, and I was doing both sides of the machine, and I was doing the lift. But why am I talking about that? Because I learned a lot of swear words, learned all the inside words, exactly what you could say and what you could not say. And then I found out that languages are very complicated sometimes, where there's things in Chinese, ni hao, that you cannot say to older people. And there's things that you have to say to older people by respect. Greek is like that. They used to tell, I'm trying to think back, Yasu, eh? Hey, Yasu, eh? That's, hey, friend, how's it going, buddy, man? But the first time Costa came in, Constantine, hey, Costa, Yasu. It was like, hey, bruh, which was the boss, an elderly man in his 80s. So I had to learn to speak with them. Going to bed now. Adam, thank you very much for the kind comments and the encouragement. And thanks for taking the time to check out the channel. Really appreciate it. 2 a.m. in the UK, right? I hear you, man. I got quite a few from the UK to come in late. Also, next Friday, if you get a chance, I also have an earlier stream at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but then it'll be too early for you. But anyways, you're more than welcome to come back. Up early, lots to do. Right on. No more Dr. Doolittle. Right on. Yes, they are, my friend. Yeah. Yes, ignorant to the bone. Absolutely. But, can't really get mad if somebody's not interested, and, the trolling is expected. you can't expect someone to be, and me, it's not even the money factor. It's not even because I'm rich. It's that they just, insist on trolling me or whatnot. If anyone is inspired to lose weight or wants to try losing weight, we're gathering quite a hell of a big bunch on my brother's channel, Jason John Swartz's channel. There's no obligation. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be there if you don't want to hear about religion or if you don't want to find out about fasting, but look through some of the things that he has. I love the Mondays. I'm there on Mondays at 6 p.m. Eastern every Monday with my brother talking about the weight loss. There's Fatty McButterpants, by the way, which I have to go see her video that someone's going to post in on this video afterwards because I can't click the link. She's also inspired and apparently, I guess, losing some weight. Good for her. Really proud of her. Christy Lindsay, Darla, not her first time fasting, but back at it, I guess, inspired by hopefully me. That's not it. Quite a few of you. There's Pat Grassar, also inspired to start fasting, and that's totally awesome. Totally awesome. Lisa Eckerly doing her regular dieting and being careful. It's all about being careful. It's not about destroying your every pleasurable meal. You can have meals once in a while. Look at it like alcohol. If I could eat as much as I'll drink alcohol, that would be good because I can limit myself for the alcohol. But the food, I was harder to limit myself. It's stupid, but it's a reality. I have a lot of respect for each and every one of you. And for those of you that have lost family members, that have had spiritual encounters, maybe all of your lives, you've always had very energy-like things occurring around you, maybe energy problems, maybe, people think you're nuts. There's a lot of people in this community that we have a lot of the same issues, or we understand some of the same issues, or we debate about some of the issues. Sometimes, my community never hides when they disagree with me on something, and you can't, it'd be ridiculous. I'm not here to get mad at people for disagreeing with me. I'm just showing what I'm filming on the moon. So what I told you looked like a mining setup. Don't take that for butter. I just made that up. Okay. So say to yourself, it's objects on the surface that NASA never spoke about. They're very high, rising off the surface. And don't forget, libration is lying things down. So we don't really see the elevation on the moon. Aleaus Valhalla showed a video. And in that video, there are black towers. Do you all know that I showed the thousands of towering pyramid towers that are right beside Aristarchus crater? It's a really serious thing going on the moon, guys. I'm telling you. I knew that would happen. I stuck 30 cactus symbols in my arm. Didn't want to bust the green screen here. I should just put up news like that and have the board come down. Am I getting closer? Get a little closer. On the moon, you have this. My goodness, it's full of dust. You have these objects on the moon. Oh my God, that's a scary icon, eh? Like that. Darkness. You have them all over the moon. I promise and confirm to you guys, these objects are higher than the highest buildings on the moon. And that's what, again, in Elias's video that he posted in the community, they're there. These objects are connected to black lines. And the black lines go to lit spots with billowing smoke beside patches that look like dirt or trees on the moon. It's really real. I'll try to re-show that this week. These things, I'm going to show you these towers, at least 100 to 200 in one image. But the problem that people don't like is that when you look at it, I'd like to thank my mother. I'd like to thank, when you look at the videos, if you don't take the time to pause it, or if you're not as interested in the research as me, or into truth, you're not going to pause the videos. You're not going to try to analyze things. And this is not a trick, but watch a video. If you're not interested, leave. Come back the next day and go back and look at the same area. Your eyes aren't going to see the same thing. Once you start looking at. And by the way, guys, give me a chance. I'm not used to being a teacher. I'm not used to talking to people. That's why I'm always humble, and I'm always going to be humble. And you're always going to be able to come here, even if I get up to 10 million subscribers. I'm never going to go off the rockets, and pretend that I'm better than anyone else. And I'm not. But at least with your help, we're all just a bunch of regular people. I was lucky enough to get what's on the moon, and it really is changing the world. So my research was shown somewhere, like David Grush's was, like Luis Elizondo's was, like John Souza's was. Whether you believe them or not, depending on how you feel, we all talked about that this week. We all have different opinions on Stephen Greer. Don't forget the names that are going by that we forget because there's so much going on. Andrew Basiago wrote some books, scholar, philosophy. I don't know what he majors in, but anyways, went to Mars in an archaeological dig site with his dad. And you say, wait a minute, who the hell is that? These people are talking to government people. It's not just made up bullshit when you think of it. That's very scary stuff. Lisa Eckerly, thank you so much. Love to all who are here. Impeccable footage, Bruce. Well, thank you so much. Lisa, I know you're going to leave plenty of comments, but don't forget to go back and leave me a comment, and I'll fix back up the tools. Thank you very much, everyone, for everything. It's disgusting what this world is coming to, people. I have nothing better to do than fuck with people. But it's true. Very true. Yeah, squares, rectangles, and don't forget, my friend Alien Bump, circles. Perfect symmetrical circles. Like, I mean, perfect. Towers with landing lights showing height and path to land. Yes, Oliver Klein. You know it. You and me both know it, brother. Working on my anger at work, lol. Deep breath and sending to the people who get me angry, love and light. Yes, love and light, but sometimes the love and the light that you send, if you send the light a little too hot by mistake and just sort of burn them a little bit, it's okay. It sort of gives them a little awakening. Here's some love I'm sending you some energy your way. I'm kidding. I'm not going to tell you to be a witch, but energy, we can really feel the distribution of energy. It is the wildest. See, Stephen A is like me, as excited as me, like a lot of you are, about what's going on. I'm overwhelmed. What's going to happen at 26 is going to change my life. It's a historical hearing. Guys, we're in the time of Roswell. Isn't that cool? Then Jesus might come back to earth and we'll be able to say we're in the Bible times. What the hell? Actually, it has nothing to do with hell. What the heck is going on? Are we going back into time? MK Jock 88 to Bruce, baby, thank you very much. Yeah, and you know what? I said it before. I'll tell you the answer to that. Two different things. I said it before Y-Files, that's for sure. I hope some of you remember me. I say it all the time. I can't see the stars in the sky when I'm outside unless I um, unless I don't film a bright object. The moon is very bright. It would be pretty impossible to see the stars because the surface is going to pick that up first. But you're right. In the back, the stage or studio has a line where it shows the back, right? And you can see the back has just a black panel. You can't see any of the stars. They could have, and I guess probably, like you say, Lisa, they probably should have because they had a very good camera, they say. But the Hasselblad camera, I don't know about that. But they hit everything. They hit everything. Their shadows don't coincide. Nothing coincides. And being in the darkness, Y-Files mentioned this yesterday or the day before. You see the shadow of Buzz or Neil that's there, or the camera crew man or whatever. I don't know how many the hell they were. You see them coming down on the stairs. The whole surface is black. Where is the reflection of the bloody sun? It's reflecting the earthshine off of Earth, supposedly. So how the hell can he be illuminated, but the ground be black? Easy. There has to be a light source sideways. And that's why the possibility of people thinking that they did that in the studio, well, I don't think it, I know it. They definitely did. American Moon is a video that I wasn't able to share here. Darla and a couple of other people years back. Remember that, guys? And on that, they show a helicopter doing the moon landing in the Nevada desert where they tied cameras on the landing. Stupid 2-minute landing. Eagle is landed. The helicopter goes down, picking up a little dust, here. Look out for that crater there, Neil or Buzz. Yep, no problem. Preparing my pen to put into the fuse box later because we're going to have to get back to Earth. Remember, that's scene 26. I'm reading my lines right now, Neil. That's what happened. A lot of people get really insulted. You know, I have somebody that worked at NASA, a friend, our friend Jim. He gave me some beautiful souvenirs of his brother that worked at NASA, and some nice badges and crests and a whole bunch of beautiful coins that they're like an aluminum coin, but it's the coin that came out with the astronauts, what they would get when they went on to missions. And I was always very careful with the way I talked about them having faked the moon landing, because I don't believe that all the astronauts are there deliberately hired as fakes at all. And I believe that a lot of them, most of them probably do want to go to space and probably will. But once you get into where you are, some of them get caught. We saw them come back, right? Apollo 11. I'm going to finish off here, guys. Remember the Apollo 11 landing when they came back, what they looked like? They looked destroyed. They looked like they had been raped. Okay. They were of their rights, and they were probably told and signed contracts and stuff and whatnot. A new era, right? And then many years down the road, well, Buzz Aldrin turns around, or Neil or whatever, right, and punches a guy in the nose for having been declared a fraud, for having not gone to the moon. Be amazing to have on Earth where knowledge and truth were told openly. Not talking about this podcast, talking about the truth from those who have the facts and will not reveal them. Absolutely, Stephen Burns. Agreed, man. It is, Sasha. Sasha Loveridge, right? You are. Yeah, it's in the pudding. It's going to happen, my dear. It is going to happen. myevent.com. The contributions here. But a thank you button on the videos. I thank you all for the amazing support that you give the channel. Hey, thank you so much, everyone, for stopping by another amazing stream. If you're new to the channel, take the time to subscribe. I lose about 28 subs per stream, but of course, the trolls can't get me down to 97, unfortunately. So they're not really real trolls. They just, my subs are stopped. So the trolls actually deliberately subscribe 100 during the month. And then at the end of the month or after 2 weeks, they scroll down, like whatever. But that's it destroyed all the numbers for the channel, because don't forget, the trolls are here for only one thing. It's the subs. They want the views. That's the second thing that they want. They want to have members, and they all start when they open their first. How many years, Darla, everyone that I was here didn't have members? Years, 3, 4, like before even looking into it. Opened a store, online merch store, got it shut down by YouTube because they say prove who you are, and so they get to keep my $400 that I made in 700 days. Which I was happy. It was incredible. There's like maybe 30-40 people that bought hats and shirts. There are Bruce sees all shirts and hats out there. You can look them up on YouTube. You might even be able to buy them, but I don't know where the money goes. I'll be honest with you. I shut it down. Marie Ekman, thanks for being here. Hello to you. Yeah, right on. I'm just about to get off, my friends. Psychic LJ, I can't thank you enough. And thanks for coming back. Thanks for appreciating, guys, the footage. It is amazing footage, and I got a lot more than that. But I'm telling you, did you see them lifting up off the surface? I'm like a child, eh? Mom, did you see me? Did you see me jump off the diving board, Mom? Did you see me dive into the water? No, did you see? That's what I'm doing now. I already dived. I took a dive 10 years ago. Actually, 7 years ago. For those that are interested, come celebrate with me here in about 2, 3, 4 weeks. August, probably around the 11th is 11th or the 16th. It will be 7 years of research that I completed here thanks to you exceptionally, and starting my 8th year of research at the end of 2023. By 2024, by the time they go to the moon and stuff, I don't think they will. It's going to be set back, or they're going to have to admit that there's people up there. We'll see what happens, by the way. Tim Burchett, before I get off here, says the cover-ups are done. And if they're not done, well, we'll get her done. If the cover-ups are not done, or if they continue, well, it's all going to happen. The CIA is going to be dismantled. Miss Paulina, did admit that the Pentagon, CIA, and even the FBI, they're not over Congress, right? Hopefully there are some good people in Congress. Good times, good things are coming, guys. You got RFK Jr. at least sticking his nose in things, and Trump. Honestly, sorry, but there's at least some hope. Hopefully. I tend to think that Trump and RFK Jr. will not fight at all on the presidency, and that they will be completely compatible on helping each other through the presidency on either one. I believe one of the two will be a president. Or if, Biden administration comes in again, Biden is good for another 20 years. Long story short, he's not. I'm leaving this podcast. Way too many children on here to deal with. Not quite trolls. Just want to bees. Have a great day, kids. Thank you, Stephen Burns. So let me coughing here. I am going to get off, everybody, but I want to thank you so much for the amazing support to the channel and for the inspiration, for inspiring me by encouraging me for my weight loss. For those that don't know it, April 12th, I started fasting. I was 300 pounds, possibly even 305. And now I am in the 220s and possibly maybe even 215. But I haven't weighed myself since I weighed myself at 223 and a half, 224, which was about 2 weeks ago even. So I could be a lot less than that. I went from size, sure, I forced myself into 38 jeans like a bloody whore on a bed. But honestly, I was wearing 40 jeans and now I'm wearing 36 slims. So I went down a lot in size. My head shrunk. My feet shrunk, right? 13, 14s to probably 9s now. No, I'm exaggerating. Not that small. I have big feet. You know what they say about guys with big feet? Anyways, I don't know. It could be true because I've never seen a Chinese with big feet. What does that have to do with anything, Bruce? Wowzers. My feet are humongous, yes. I'm sorry, Alien Bump. I stole that one from you. Thanks again, everyone. Adios. Merci, mon frère. Wow, it's beautiful. Looks like ice. Absolutely. Ice, baby. Thank you very much, Stephen A. I love you so much, guys. Vladimir, thank you very much. Sugar B, everyone, His Highness, Area 51 of the moon. Absolutely. I think that's where, thanks again, Psychic LJ. I think that is where the big guns are, literally. And that what they're hiding there could be nefarious. As a matter of fact, we talk about CERN destroying Earth. Well, what about the moon? Maybe CERN is trying to do things to other, yes, hangers, Oliver. Maybe they're trying to do things to the moon people. So, hey, everyone, thank you very much. I'm starting to miss the moon researching videos. A whole lot of shit I have to show you guys, seriously. And that's what I'll be doing again as of tomorrow. I will also be answering comments. So thank you very much to you all for that. Take the time to subscribe if you're interested and watch the subscribers go up and down. It's very, very interesting. I love you all very much. Bobana, everyone, thank you. 6-7 years ago, I went to have a smoke at 4 a.m. and saw Bruce Cesal. Been here since then, and I love you for it, man. Thank you very much, Kai. Take care of yourself at the same time, buddy. Keep us posted on how the new friggin' shit's going and stuff like that. But I'm sure things are going to go pretty good. And thanks to all that come here and suggest. I see a lot of you do that. Somebody doesn't feel very good or they talk about something. A lot of you will start suggesting remedies and stuff. We're like a big family here, guys. Honestly, guys and gals, I really love you very much. Right on, His Highness. There might be millions there. Leah, everyone, Darla, mods, contributors. If you're here, you're definitely contributing to the channel. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you all very soon. And like I said, next video or something like that, I'll show you those dark towers on the moon. Talk to you all soon. Bye-bye for now.